Good morning. Is the Lando Gardener coming at you? And I mean this morning. The sun hasn't even come up over the trees. Say good morning to everybody. I hope everybody's doing well out there in the garden community, garden land. Hello to everybody. Well, it's that time of year where a lot of us are getting our winter crops together. And I am so late. I'm so behind. But that's life. Life keeps you lifing. But we'll talk about that in another video. But I am here today to talk about the mango trees and their production overall for the year of 2024. I would say overall it was a very good year. We did get hit with the powdery mildew, like all of Florida, which really decimated some places. But we were able to prevail here, not with some of the trees, but most of the trees. So I'm gonna do section by section and tree by tree and give you my review of what happened, what took place this season, how I feel the flavor and all was, and the productivity and all that. Starting with this tree here, which is one of my favorites. For those of you that have visited here before, it's at the beginning of the mulch line in the back, and this is orange essence. Overall, the production of orange essence, and you see it's a pretty good sized tree there, goes all the way over into the orange sherbet. It'll be getting a pruning next year. Orange essence did well. I have orange essence grafted onto another tree as well, and it did well on the Malika that it's grafted onto, and it also did well on its own home tree. On a scale of 1 to 10, as far as production, Orange Essence gets a 10 this year. It did its thing. I have zero complaints about Orange Essence. This was actually the tree that was voted to be the one that I would graft onto my Madame Francis seedling. But I think I'm gonna keep that like that. And that's why I put graft wood onto the Malika instead. And I did try that one, but I think that the placing of it, the position of it in this garden is kind of harsh. It gets so much sun that the scions don't really do well on that particular tree. But that's another story. But Orange Essence did well. As far as the flavor was what it is. Orange Essence is a good mango. Do I recommend it? Yes. Is it a giant tree? Well, I've had my tree for quite a few years, and it's probably about 8 feet tall. And I trim it, and it produces like a workhorse right down here. So great tree, great tree. Uh, Taste was. I'm gonna give Orange Essence this year as far as flavor. I'm gonna give it 7.9. Okay. Orange Sherbet. Isn't this a beautiful tree? She has grown so much. She's growing over into Pickering, but I don't mind. Uh, Orange Sherbet is such a shy bearer. Every year, I get probably about a 5% crop, and it's always at the bottom. And I've tried different things. I haven't tried it all, but the production, I'm gonna give Orange Sherbet a 3, a honest review. I'm gonna give it a 3. And as far as the taste, 10, it is a 10 all day. I you can't beat orange sherbet in flavor. You're just not gonna do it. Okay, back in the corner over here, jumbled up. This is Pickering. Pickering did well this year, as it always does. Production, 10. Uh, Flavor, normal Pickering, 7, 7.5, something like that. Do I recommend Pickering? Absolutely. You got to have a Pickering mango tree on your yard. Hands down. Workhorse, flavor, beauty. Remember those three things. It's a workhorse, you're going to get fruit every year. Flavor is decent. It's good to decent. And it's a pretty tree. Look at that. Look at this. Cheese. All right. Coming on around the mountain. We got good old, and she's gotten up there. Super Julie. Super Julie, the flavor this year, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Super Julie kicked butt this year. The flavor of Super Julie was so good. The production, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to get a production this year on this tree. It probably was about a 6. It normally does better. But this was one of the trees that got hit a little bit with the powdery mildew, but it still overcame. And the thing I like about Super Julie is that fruit will hide in the middle. It'll be way in there, and just when you think all of your fruit are gone, there's one sitting right there waiting on you. So Super Julie did really good this year. Really good. Very proud of Super Julie. Okay. Lemon meringue. Y'all know what happened to lemon meringue. Last year, it probably had about 150, 200 fruit on it. But this year, it had about 4 or 5. And I gave all those to Cait. Powdery mildew came through this property, and it affected 2 major trees. It affected everybody, but not to the degree that it did lemon meringue and lemon zest. Production, but the 5 that we did get, what are you not gonna say about lemon meringue? Lemon meringue do its thing every year as far as flavor. The flavor was definitely a 10. Definitely a 10. Do I recommend lemon meringue? You crazy without having lemon meringue on your property. All right, come on around. He'll be coming around the mountain when he comes. Ice cream. My ice cream tree. And ice cream is in a 25-gallon pot. And it still got stuff up that needs to be pulled off. I'm still working, y'all. You know, gardeners, it's still a work in progress always. Production this year for ice cream for this tree, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm gonna give it like a 8. It didn't do bad. It didn't do excellent, but it was decent. The flavor was off on my property. I don't know what happened, and y'all know I got 3 trees. Had 4, sold 1. I don't know, the flavor was a bit off. It wasn't that normal. Wow. It wasn't that this year. Do I have a problem with that? No. Because ice cream is gonna come back strong next year. And it's gonna do its thing. It could have been me, I don't know, but I think I was just picking it wrong this year, having so many things going on. But the flavor, I'm knocking it down from a 10 and a 9 to, about yeah, honestly, 6. Ice cream this year. Never been a 6, never have in any way. The production was good, but the flavor just was off. It might have been me. I don't know. But on this tree, and I have another one across the yard, the grove, in a 25-gallon pot as well, and it did good. But in production, now that one in production, that one did like 10 in production, but still the flavor was the same. So overall, it did good. Do I recommend ice cream? Absolutely. Duncan, okay, and not Dunkin' Donuts. Let's get over here. Let's see if you can see it back there. See it? See old Duncan? After the hurricane, these trees went up. Like they went up. They had their normal growth, but the hurricane brought all this water and they just start growing. Duncan didn't do well in production. Yeah, I was shocked too. Like, shocked. It did not do well. I had a few. That doesn't mean she won't do well this coming season because Duncan is normally a workhorse. It's normally a 10 at all times. The flavor, I didn't try it because I don't like it. That's just me. She is the sister of some of the best mangoes ever created by God. It's look, Sugarloaf and all these others, coconut creams and caramel shell and all these. That's their sister. But the flavor's just off. It's like the diet mango. The sugar level is just not up there. That's what it is. It's not super sweet, but it's a big mango. It's a heavy producer. Um, so I production, I got to give it this year. On production, I got to give it like a 3. I mean, it really didn't produce. So that means, you know what that means next year, y'all? It's gonna be the bomb. All right. What do we have here? We got chuckanum. Got chuckanum mango. Miracle mango. See it there? It's in a 25-gallon pot. And this is Caitlin's little toy. Uh, it produced this year. Production this year probably was about a, it was probably about a 5. First time producing. Chuckanum's flavor, 8.59. 8.59. Good mango. It did a second crop, but I ain't baby it. I was mangoed out by that time. I did a video talking about it, and it was pushing fruit like a few weeks back, and I didn't baby it. I'm like, whatever. Um, but it surprised me this year by producing. And hats off to Andy down there, the creator of the Mark Anthony. He's the one that gifted me with this tree. Just a view of the pickering on the other side. That's the pickering. Okay. Coming on over here, the golden nugget. My golden nugget tree, y'all. It's kind of look like the scarecrow from the Wizard of Oz. It's kind of scraggly. Production, golden nugget, 10. It was loaded from the bottom all the way up to the top. Now I've trimmed around the bottom now, so we won't have fruit down there this year. But we do have some at mid-range right here. We have branches at mid-range. And all these little branches like this, they all had fruit on them. Y'all saw the videos. So production, it gets a 10. Flavor was good. Golden Nugget is a good, decent mango to have, and it's the thing about it is, well, it's kind of late season, and so it's like when everything else is leaving, they're still hanging on, and they are a decent mango. As far as flavor, we give a Golden Nugget like a 7. Sometimes you can get one that's like a 8, 8.5, 8.1. Next, finally she woke up. And I know y'all see grapevines crawling all over, but little Jim finally woke up. The first year I had her, fruit everywhere. And then all of a sudden, no fruit until this year. That's fine. Okay, we got a lot of trees out here, but she did well this year. Little gem is exactly that, a little gem. Late season mango produce these little mangoes in clusters. When everything is gone, they're still on the tree along with golden nugget, and it did well. I'm very, very proud of Little Jim. The flavor, it's not wow, but it's good though. It's a good, solid 6.9 mango, 6.97. Yeah, and the production was good. The production like an 8.5, like an 8.5, 8.5. Okay, coming around the mountain, we got good old Raposa. Raposa. Raposa did what it do every year. Every year. This mango is from Hawaii. See it? The tree. It's a good mango. It's a good mango. On this scale of 1 to 10, as far as the flavor, you're gonna get a flavor 8.5, and we're gonna get a production this year. Production, well, I have really no complaints about it. A 9, a strong 9, as far as Raposa. This tree definitely wants to grow up. I have to cut it back every year, but it's okay. Little Jiwa, the mango cousin, right here. See, it's in a 25-gallon pot. You see the funny looking leaves? It's not a mango, it's a mango cousin. Not a mango, it's a mango cousin. Uh, I said that twice on purpose, by the way. Production this year, straight 10. It produced like a workhorse. I mean, it produced. Um, as far as flavor, kind of bumped down to like a 7. Normally, Lily Jiwa tastes like sugar cane, like fresh squeezed sugar cane juice. That's exactly what it tastes like. But this year was a little bit off. Maybe needs some calcium or something like that, some kind of minerals to enhance the flavor or help it along. Cause it's been in this pot for a little while. It actually needs the up pot of it. Probably will after production next year. Um, but it was decent. It was decent. Production great, but the flavor wasn't that wow, this is sugar cane, so I'm gonna give it like a 6.5. 6.5. Dwarf Hawaiian. Somebody said, wow, all you had to do is turn. Yep, they are right here touching. Almost. Dwarf Hawaiian. Flavor 10. Production of Dwarf Hawaiian, like a 7. I love this tree. I wish I had planted it somewhere else where it could get more sun. I might get brave enough one day and dig it up, move it. I'm probably gonna do that, but yeah, it the flavor is a 10. The production on it, I'm gonna give it like it produced like around a 7. Yeah, it could have been better, but it's been worse as well. Yeah, no, not a 7, 6.5 in production. Yeah, that is Dwarf Hawaii. See, you want to look at yeah, that. It's a little old tree. It's a true dwarf mango tree. And then what is this? One from Jamaica. I got a brain freeze right now. I'll put it down in the description. Let's see. They're like Julie. Oh, my East Indian tree. East Indian. Uh, Production this year, 10. Production was 10. They wasn't real big, which happens sometimes when you have fruit in containers. You don't get the maximum growth. You don't get the maximum yield. But at the same time, this was a 10 in production. It produced like nobody's business. See it in the 25-gallon pot there? And yes, I did move it from over on the other side. That's the joy and the privilege of having stuff growing in pots. Uh, Flavor. I'm not the biggest fan of this fruit. I mostly let other people get them, but just maybe one that I taste, it was a decent mango. It was a strong 7. All right, let's go over here. Let's look at Pimping Mum. Pimping Mum had trouble with powdery mildew. That's one of the trees that had a little trouble. So the production on the Pimping Mum, I'm gonna give it a 3. As far as the flavor of the fruit, I really like Pimping Mum. It's a combination of Thai citrus. That's what you get from Pimping Mum. Shout out to Chris from Truly Tropical. Thank you, Chris, for introducing me to this particular fruit. Good fruit. It could have produced a lot better, but because of the powdery mildew, womp, 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 womp. So the production, I'm going to give it like a 4, but the flavor, I'm going to give it like an 8.5. Sunrise. Under the tree. Let's go this way. See the tree? Y'all, Sunrise didn't produce well this year. It didn't. It had just a handful of fruit. So production, with the size of this tree, I'm gonna give production a 2 for this year. That's not normal. Normally it's loaded, but this year it wasn't. Flavor, pow! Flavor was good. I'm giving flavor of this fruit a 8.9. It was good. It was good. And so I'm gonna conclude this video. It's getting up into the 20-minute mark. I'm gonna do this section. I'll do up front, and then I'll do the far section over there in later videos. Just wanted to give a review of the garden in a different manner, and I will have my top 10 coming up. But before I do that, I want to get these videos out there for you all, so you can kind of share and then kind of scrutinize and see whether or not something I'm growing out here is something that you want to grow. All right, y'all. I appreciate everybody out there in YouTube land. Hello to everybody overseas, up north, out west, out east, down south. Hey to everybody. And just the Orlando Gardener coming at you. And I look forward to seeing so many of y'all next season or this season coming. I want to see y'all at some of these events. I want to see y'all come and visit me. Like so many people came this year, which was so pleasant. Well, you want people coming? Well, I like people. People are interesting. Shout out to everybody that's helped this channel to be what it is. Shout out to Jennifer Edwards, Miss Edwards. Shout out to Miss Glenn. Shout out to Mr. Eves, Gene Fields, everybody. Shout out to all y'all. And definitely appreciate you. This is Orlando Gardener coming at you. Like, share, and subscribe. I love you. See you on the next video.